Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, crime concerns in the Star City after a weekend of gun violence.
This is like an epidemic or malignancy. It doesn't go away.
The response from our local leaders as gun violence continues to rise.
Coming up, the search is still on for a missing woman on the Dan River in North Carolina. Why rescuers are starting to lose hope but say they are determined to find this family closure.
And later, Virginia reaches President Joe Biden's vaccination goal 2 weeks ahead of schedule. What the governor attributes to more than 70% of adults getting a vaccine.
We'll get to all of that in just a minute, but first we want to start with your weather. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 10 News at 6. I'm Lindsay Ward.
I'm John Carlin. A hot start to the summer today, but it's turning into summer storms tonight for some of us. In fact, take a live look now from our Virginia Tech Skycam over Blacksburg. Yeah, the sun is still out, but there's a lot of clouds and it's starting to look a little dark out there. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is here. So, Jeff, how much longer do we have to wait before we see maybe some of these storms presenting themselves?
We already are starting to see some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms, John, and the coverage area may get a little bit larger here over the next 60 minutes and then decrease late this evening. I want to show you the radar, and you'll notice that we're watching some lighter showers, say towards parts of Bath and Allegheny counties, but you head farther south, and that's where we have some heavier rain out across parts of Carroll, Floyd, Patrick, and also Carroll counties, areas right now near Mount Area and just north of Stewart over towards Floyd, seeing some heavier downpours, all this pushing east-northeast. We actually have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in North Carolina, and if those continue on the path that they're at right now, and if they stay strong to severe, then we could have a couple of strong to severe thunderstorms out across parts of, say, the Mountain Empire or New River Valley over the next couple of hours. Of course, though, the hope is that they will weaken by they move into the Commonwealth by the time they get here. Hourly planner showing temperatures at 7 o'clock on average, middle 80s, falling to near 80 by around 10. Very humid outside, very warm as we head throughout the course of the evening. Hit or miss thunder showers will be around not only through the evening but into tomorrow. Reason being, we have a cold front really extending from Canada all the way south towards close to the Gulf Coast. And you'll notice tomorrow the best chance for rain will be reached between 9 a.m. and about 3 p.m. By late tomorrow afternoon, we'll dry things out and perhaps even close out the day with a couple of breaks of sunshine. John.
2 shootings in less than 24 hours in the city of Roanoke. As we've reported, this is where 2 men were shot in downtown. That was early on Sunday morning. And today we have learned of another shooting late last night on 6th Street. And this is exactly where that happened, where you see the red dot right there. No one has been arrested in either incident, but both are sending shockwaves in the community. 10 News reporter Andy Schroeder joins us live tonight. She's outside Roanoke Police headquarters. And Andy, you've been working to learn more about exactly what happened there in downtown.
Well, John, as of tonight, we have no idea what the condition of the victims are, and Roanoke City Police Department has not made any arrests or named any suspects in this case. Now, police originally responded to the scene very early Sunday morning around 1:30 a.m. They spent more than 10 hours collecting evidence and interviewing potential witnesses. People we spoke with say the area was filled with people when the shooting happened, and it very quickly turned into a scary situation. The city's reset coordinator says through new community policing initiatives, they hope to prevent more incidents like this from happening and improve the quality of life for those impacted by gun violence.
We encourage them to stay strong, and we're optimistic and feel that things will change. We believe that things will change if we come together as a community.
The city's reset team plans on doing one of their community walks in the areas impacted by gun violence either tomorrow or Wednesday. Now, the Roanoke Police Department is asking anyone with information about this case to contact them. We'll have that information over on WSLS.com. Live in Roanoke tonight, Annie Schroeder, 10 News, working for you.
10 News reporter Alexis Davila continues our team coverage on this story tonight after talking with Mayor Sherman Lee, who went as far as to call the gun violence an epidemic. She explains how your tax dollars will work to combat this in the newly adopted budget.
Today's city's budget is making more room to increase officer wages as a way to combat gun violence in the area.
Mayor Sherman Lee says citizens continue to ask for more patrol on the streets in Roanoke, but he says staffing shortages are the problem.
You got to pay them a little more because it's competitive out here. So we're going to do that.
That's why on Monday, City Council approved increasing salaries to recruit more officers. The annual salary will now be about $4,000 more for the position. Lee tells us they are using geographical policing with the goal to patrol more neighborhoods.
Citizens tell me they want more officers in their community, in their locality.
Lee says he is even considering old school methods like reward systems to tackle the ongoing issue. We also asked the mayor about the effectiveness of the gun violence task force put in place to help combat crime. He says they are developing relationships with the community, but the community needs to do their part.
The police and law enforcement are not going to be the only people to solve these issues. The community has to become involved.
He also wants to put funds toward mental health to help prevent violence, but it's not clear if that's included in the budget. Now with the budget finalized, it will go into effect at the start of July. Live in Roanoke, Alexis Davila, 10 News, working for you.
A major update tonight in the 2017 murder of Asia Wade. Authorities have arrested 36-year-old Rodney Dunn for her death. As you might recall, she was killed just days before her 29th birthday at her Shenandoah Village apartment. Dunn faces second-degree murder charges. The search continues tonight for a woman still missing after a tubing accident, and it's right here on the Dan River, just over the state line in North Carolina. Over the weekend, crews recovered a fourth body of a little boy. New at 6, 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett spoke with local first responders helping in the search about the challenges they have faced.
A fourth victim pulled from the Dan River in Rockingham County, North Carolina. The body of 7-year-old Isaiah Crawford discovered on some rocks around 10 Sunday morning.
Thoughts and prayers go out to the family. It's very tragic.
The little boy and his family were tubing Wednesday when things took a deadly turn. The group of 9 went over the Duke Energy Dam in Eden, North Carolina. 4 survived, 4 died. One woman, 35-year-old Teresa Villano, who rescuers say is pregnant, is still missing.
You always hope for the best.
Brian Fox, deputy chief of the Danville life-saving crew, was one of 8 deployed to help with the search. They brought a drone and 2 boats and met up with the Pittsylvania County Special Operations Team.
We joined forces with them upstream, and then we searched up to the Carolina line looking.
The Virginia crew was called off the search Friday evening. Battalion Chief Tommy Barber says this mission proved challenging. River access is limited, the water is shallow with a lot of debris, and in the hot sun, they had to make sure rescuers didn't get worn out in the elements. Local officials here in Rockingham County say there are overhead warning signs about the dam on both sides of the river. It's unclear if the family was wearing life jackets, but rescuers say this is a somber reminder to always wear one.
Do your homework before you get in, and if you're not an experienced rafter, wear your life jackets.
5 days later, helicopters are still flying over the river, searching for any signs of the missing woman. Fox hoping the family can at least get closure.
As time goes on, we're feared it's going to be a recovery.
In Rockingham County, North Carolina, Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
A major milestone for vaccination efforts in the Commonwealth.
I won't be content until this COVID-19 is in the rearview mirror.
Where Virginia stands in the continued effort to get more shots in arms.
Just into the newsroom tonight, the missing elderly woman out of Lynchburg has been found safe just less than 30 minutes ago. As we told you during our news at 5 tonight, 74-year-old Beatrice Spencer has dementia. She was last seen late last night in the downtown area and then again found just under 30 minutes ago. She was in the Tin Bridge Hill area. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay.
A major milestone in the fight against COVID-19, 70% of Virginia adults have now received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. This comes as a new clinic with a unique distribution strategy is gearing up at White's Travel Center in Rafine. Governor Ralph Northam visited the site today, which is the largest truck stop on the East Coast. That gives them a unique opportunity to reach the thousands of truckers and travelers who pass through every day.
While we're at 70%, we'd obviously like to get higher and get to what we call that herd immunity. So this is just another tool in our toolbox, if you will, to reach out to people and get closer to that higher number.
Now, the clinic offers walk-in first and second doses of each of the 3 vaccines.
Signs of progress in the fight against COVID-19. There are more than 3,000 ribbons at Carilion Roanoke Memorial Hospital representing a person who has been hospitalized with the virus, recovered, and then released. Nurses started the display as a way to honor both the patients and the hospital staff who have worked through the pandemic.
I think it's been a tough and challenging year for all of us in healthcare, in our community, and it's important to look at what we have overcome.
This display will continue to grow. Organizers plan to add more ribbons as more patients continue to be discharged. And around the United States, in a weathercast, the Guinness Book of World Records event that includes a stop in the Star City.
And you are looking at a live picture from our New College Institute Skycam overlooking Martinsville and Henry County. You are still seeing some sunshine, but the rain's not that far away from you folks in Martinsville. We'll show you the radar and we'll let you know when we're going to turn less humid coming up.
WSLS is taking part in a world record.
Yeah, our very own meteorologist, Chris Michaels, joined Al Roker this morning for the Rokerthon.
So I'm going to toss you the beach ball and ask you what's happening in your neck of the woods today.
Oh, so tricky. That was a long toss. Took a long time for the ball to get there, but they were quite a ways apart. Chris was one of the 50 meteorologists taking part in an attempt to set the Guinness World Record for most people in an online weather reporting video relay.
Oh, that's so exciting. So people from around the world were able to see the view from Mill Mountain and learn about our local weather. Chris talked to Al earlier this week about what it means to have his 5th Rokerthon.
It's just a good time. It's a great time to hang out. Look, the very first one was the one I think I was probably most nervous about, where I was on the air for 34 hours straight. Honoring our country's resilience.
Ooh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
So Al did walk away with another new Guinness World Record.
So that's pretty cool with the beach ball, right? Al tosses it from New York, and Chris catches it on Mill Mountain.
Oh, Chris was geeking out, too. He was so, I mean, Al Roker is, you know, he's the guy.
He's the guy, right?
In the industry. So he was so excited.
And when he throws you a beach ball, you better catch it, right? And the great thing is, of course, we're excited because we got to talk about Roanoke on the national news, so more people learn our story, and that's really cool. And what better place to do it from than up on the star, by the star, so you can see the whole valley.
See our beautiful city.
Yeah.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
The weather was beautiful for Chris and Al's live shot earlier today. Now it's not quite as pretty because we do indeed have some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. We've got some rain situated in parts of Bath and Allegheny counties. We've got a couple more showers and thunderstorms across parts of Franklin, Floyd, Patrick, and Carroll counties. All this moving to the east-northeast at a clip of around about 25 to 30 miles per hour. I do want to take you into North Carolina again, near Boone. That is where we have a severe thunderstorm warning. That is indeed heading to the east-northeast. And if it holds together, it could impact you folks in Carroll and or Patrick counties here within about the next hour to maybe 75 minutes. We're going to have some rain and thunderstorms here through the mid to late evening hours. Do bear that in mind. Heavy rain will no doubt be the biggest concern that we have, but there could also be some wind and hail in any storm that forms as well. By around 10 o'clock, we may only have a couple of leftover showers out across south side. Otherwise, we're going to have some fog developing later tonight. This is 7 a.m. Tuesday. We're going to be watching the actual front move through at that point. That point in time, we're going to have some widely scattered showers around. I think the best chance for rain around sunrise tomorrow will be in the mountains. Best chance for rain by lunchtime tomorrow will be farther to the east of the Parkway. I would say by dinner time tomorrow, most of us should be dry. Perhaps not all of us, but most of us should be dry. And then skies are actually going to clear out for us here as we head into Tuesday night. And Wednesday looks to be a quieter day for us. But again, this evening, any storm that forms could pack a little bit of a punch. We're all under a marginal risk for severe weather. That's a level 1 out of 5. Timing is about, say, now through about 10 p.m. Storm threats, wind and hail, also thunder and lightning, any storm that does indeed develop. So with this cold front swinging through here, how much rain are we going to get? I would say anywhere from about 1/4 inch to about 1.5 inches of rain. There could be some folks that see a little bit more than that, especially in areas east of the Parkway. So while I'm not expecting much in the way of flooding, localized flooding cannot 100% be ruled out. But I'm more concerned about thunder, lightning, wind, and maybe even a little bit of hail in any storm that does turn strong to severe for us here later this evening, even into tomorrow. It's humid outside. Dew points back into the low to mid 60s. We're going to stay humid here tomorrow, but behind this front, bye-bye humidity. Hello, dry air. That's right. The humidity is going to drop for us on our hump day. Going to turn more comfortable with a little more sunshine by Wednesday as well. It's really hot outside. 89 Lynchburg, hot spot right now. 93 Danville, 90 in Roanoke, 80 to 85 out across the New River Valley. For tonight, warm, humid. Any showers and thunderstorms will eventually taper off. May happen 10, 11 o'clock. So again, if you're going out and about this evening, have your umbrella. In the mountains tonight, 61 to 67. Outside the mountains, 65 to 72. For tomorrow, morning rain. Tapering off later in the day, not as hot tomorrow. Mountains 60s and 70s. Outside the mountains, 70s to near 80. Extended forecast, 70s for us Tuesday and Wednesday behind that front. Wednesday's going to be really pretty. Still very nice too on Thursday as well. We're going to be dry on Thursday. A few thunder showers Friday, better chances for rain pushing in this weekend, but not one day this weekend looks to be a washout, at least at this point.
Today in Omaha, Stanford took out Arizona. B'nai B'rith Awards tonight and the NHL Game 5 Eastern Conference semis. Back to you.
NBC Nightly News coming up next.
And we'll see you back here at 7.